Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Saturday morning, guys. I want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well as season. Got a word for you. Tap in. Happy Saturday morning, guys. Really quick word. I want to piggyback off of what I posted on the I'm still laughing at the comments, I'm sorry. On what I posted on the community page last night in regards to some people are feeling very tired, very sluggish, in how there's a fight going on in the demonic realm. So I posted that, and I had no idea how many people were dealing with this. I know some were, but from the looks of the comment section, a lot of people are dealing with this. Now I want to be clear. I'm kind of speaking more, well, I'm speaking to anybody who can tap in, but I know some people deal with depression in general, or deal with certain disorders that they may always struggle with feeling tired, things like that. But even to those of you who that's really not something that you struggle with, you're typically the energetic person. You're typically, but now there's like a heaviness. It's almost like a weighted blanket. A weighted blanket is laying on top of you. It's almost like you have to fight and push through anything that you have going on through the day. And it's like, why am I so tired? Like, this is not even, like, what is this? Because it came out of nowhere, right? So it's almost like your mind is telling you want to do one thing. It's like your mind is telling you, hey, I want to go to the grocery store. Or your mind is saying, all right, it's time to work out today. Your mind is saying one thing. It's time to start writing. But then when you get to it, it's almost like you have to push yourself to even start it. But once you start it, you just can't complete it. And it's like, I am drained. I am tired. Like, this is not me, right? Definitely not myself. I'm typically the live wire, and who's always doing something, who's always going, and who's always this. So, and it's like, now listen. I barely want to answer my phone, right? Yesterday was a struggle from the time I woke up to the time I went to bed. My phone have never rung so much in one day. So it seems like even other people are all over the place. There were so many doctors that called me because either they lost certain emails and they needed to reconfirm things. And I'm like, everybody's crazy right now. What is going on? But when I was driving, I got a download, and then that's what I shared on the community page. I was like, God, what is going on? So the download, the revelation that I got is that because so many of you are close, and again, whatever your closest for you, because we all are waiting on different things, right? Because you're so close, there's a fight is going on in the spiritual realm, in the demonic realm. What God has for you is for you, but that is not to say that that you're going to get it without a fight. You're going to have to fight. There's no doubt about it, right? Anything that I can think of in my mind, something that I deemed to be something that was important, or et cetera, et cetera. Oh, there was a whole war prior to it. The difference this time is, during those times, I feel like there were a lot of instructions of things that I needed to do in the physical realm, where this time it's like, you just chill. I got this, right? Same thing to you guys. You just chill. I got this. The reason why you get to chill is because you've already done your part. You've been obedient in the process. You've done everything that God has asked you or required. If that just means standing. If your only instructions were just to stand, you did that. So job well done. So this fight is not your fight. It is your fight, but it's not your fight, if that makes sense. God is fighting it for you. Narcissism, or narcissists, they're losing their like I'm speaking about one side here. They're losing their grip. They're losing their battle, and they know this. And this is why narcissists, they're going crazy. Like it's like they're on the Ferris wheel some kind of way. Their mind is right. They're losing their grip. So that's one side of the spiritual fight, meaning the narcissists no longer have control over you. Their powers can no longer dominate you, and because you remain faithful in not return that call, or you reject their call, or you discipline yourself where you wouldn't try to defend yourself against their lies and smear campaigns, right? See, that was your part. You see the difference? We have a part and God have a part. So that was your part. That was your only instructions. God didn't tell you to go knock on the door and beat the narcissist up, right? Your instructions were just to follow whatever downloads he gave you. And because you did that, there's an entanglement going on in the demonic realm. But that's not your part. God is dealing with that. But you're still feeling that residue. It's just like it's crazy. It's almost like you have fighter's fatigue, but you aren't fighting. So it's like maybe like how at like wrestling matches or boxing matches, and like you're in the audience, but it's almost like you still can feel some of the right. So it's especially like when a person knocks somebody out and you feel, well, my empath, you feel it, right? You feel all like sad and you want to go out there and like, right? So you're feeling this fatigue, but it is not for you to do anything but rest. So even if it's not narcissism or narcissist, right? It's just Satan do not want you to have what God has for you. Some people don't even realize how massive their blessing. They're waiting on God to open the door, and they're thinking like, God, you're just going to he's going to give me what I asked for. Yes, he's going to give you what you asked for, honey, but it's going to be like, it's way better. It's way more. It's way more. So there's a lot of things that are going on. Of course, Satan don't want you to have it, right? He don't want you to have it because more than God just blessing you for your obedience, there's a lot of ways that God is going to use you in this next season to be a blessing to so many other people, to be front line, etc., etc. So Satan is pissed. So there's literally a war going on, and he's getting his edges snatched, his head. Listen, let me tell you something, honey. It ain't even a fight. It's a knockout, right? But you are feeling it. Stay the course. Stay the course. This is not the time to be slipping. Stay the course. I don't care who called your phone. If you already know God done told you to listen, stay the course. This is not the time to be slipping. This is not the time to be slipping. You came this far and you're going to wait till you're right at the door to backtrack? These distractions, let me tell you something, honey, but you better press on because these distractions is off the chain, but just make sure you stay the course. Everything that God has required of you along that journey, every download you've got, every conviction that you felt recently up until now, stay the course. Stay the course. So yeah, rest, right? This is what we were laughing at in the comment section. Cause like we're in the comment section just talking about how, listen, certain things just ain't getting done right now. Like you don't even have the energy. Certain things that you're typically on top of is just not getting done right now, right? It is what it is. So I felt in my spirit, God says rest. The things that are pressing upon you and you feel like you may have this to-do list. You may have just had a to-do list for the weekend. I don't know. Like you had a whole weekend list of cleaning and this and this and this and that, right? For some of you, when you feel like you're going to start doing it and you just walk away from it again, just rest. This is going to be a time you're going to have to be gentle with yourself, be kind with yourself. Don't judge yourself, right? Because I read a few people say they were judging themselves because they didn't feel like cleaning up, or because they call in from work, or somebody said they were snapping at the kids and they were judging themselves. Don't judge yourself. Your body is just some, I don't know, but you just rest. Just rest. Let those, of course, not to ignore the things of importance, right? Because some things still, like yesterday, I had probably 20 things on the list, and 15 didn't get done, but I made sure the 5 things that seriously, like, had to get done, like seriously had to get done. Just not petty things, but things relating to clients and healthcare and things like that for my clients. So those things had to get done. But then there's other things that I had on my list. Child, please, still on the list, and it's gonna stay on the list because God told me to rest. And if God tell you to rest, then there's a grace is going to cover whatever that you didn't do, right? You think you should do it, but God just needs you right now to rest. When this spiritual entanglement or whatever's going on, you'll feel the grace, right? Because that heaviness is going to lift up off of you, and then you're going to be very energetic. So you'll feel the grace when you get back to what you need to get to. But I really believe God is telling us to rest because, again, we think we know what's on the other side, right? Yes, our blessings are there, but it's more. It's times 15, right? God is going to be using you massively. So you need to we need to reserve our energy for the other side. Because it's almost like, what I felt in the spiritual realm is almost like there's not going to be like a lapse of time, meaning like, okay, the door opens and you can just chill for a couple of weeks, and then no, it's almost like the door opens, boom, everything skyrockets. So for those of you who are complaining that you're in like a waiting season or a quiet season and you're so bored and you're sort of that, okay, well, get ready, honey. You better enjoy this time that you're relaxing, because it's going to be like non-stop, but a good non-stop, because the grace is upon us to do the things that we're going to be required to do, but we're going to be extremely busy non-stop. So enjoy your resting time, honey, because let me tell you something. Don't call my phone, Dick, right? Because your girl is resting, period. Rest. You guys have a great weekend. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.